You don't become average in one catastrophic moment. It happens slowly, quietly, through 1,000 small compromises you barely notice, through daily choices that seem insignificant in the moment but compound into a life you never intended to live. Most men become average not because they lack potential, but because they choose comfort over growth, because they choose easy over excellent, because they choose fitting in over standing out. And they make these choices so consistently that they don't even realize they're choosing at all. They think they're just living, but they're settling. And settling, repeated daily over years, creates average. If you're afraid of becoming average, if you sense yourself drifting toward mediocrity, then stay with this. Subscribe now if you're serious about refusing to settle, because what follows will show you exactly how men become average and how to make sure you're not one of them. Let's begin. It starts with small compromises. You have a goal, a standard, a vision for who you want to be. But it's difficult. It requires discipline. So you make one small compromise. Just this once. Just today. You'll get back on track tomorrow. But tomorrow comes and the compromise is easier now because you did it yesterday, so you do it again and again. And the compromise stops being an exception and starts being the rule. You were going to work out, but you're tired. You were going to work on that project, but you deserve a break. You were going to say no to distractions, but just this once won't hurt. Each individual compromise is small, insignificant, but they accumulate. And before you know it, the person you wanted to become is replaced by the person who compromises, who settles, who chooses the path of least resistance every single time. This is how men become average, not through dramatic failure, but through the slow erosion of standards, through the daily choice of comfortable over challenging. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." But most men spend their entire lives arguing with themselves about who they should be, and in all that arguing, they never actually become anything. They remain in the gap between intention and action. Average men are not without potential. They're not without dreams. They simply refuse to pay the price. They want the results without the sacrifice, the respect without the discipline. And when they discover that's not possible, they don't rise to meet the standard. They lower the standard to meet where they are. Watch how this happens. A man wants to be successful, but success requires work he's not willing to do. So he redefines success. He tells himself that ambition is just ego, that wanting more is greedy, that being content with less is wisdom. And in this redefinition, he protects his ego while ensuring his mediocrity. This is the pattern. Lower your standards to match your effort instead of raising your effort to match your standards. And call it wisdom, call it balance, call it being realistic. But it's not wisdom, it's surrender disguised as maturity. Seneca observed that it's not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It's because we do not dare that things are difficult. Average men don't fail because the obstacles are too great. They fail because they never truly commit. They never go all in. They never dare to see what they're actually capable of. So they play it safe. They do enough to get by, but never enough to excel. They maintain the appearance of trying while avoiding actual effort. They surround themselves with people who won't challenge them, who will validate their mediocrity and call it enough. And over time, average becomes normal, becomes acceptable, becomes who they are. They stop seeing it as settling because everyone around them is settling too. But here's what they don't tell you. Average is a choice. Every single day, you're choosing it or you're choosing something else. You're choosing to do the hard thing or the easy thing, to maintain your standards or compromise them, to push yourself or coast. The man who refuses to become average is not special. He's not gifted. He simply makes different choices. When it's uncomfortable, he does it anyway. When he wants to quit, he continues. When he wants to lower his standards, he holds them. When everyone around him is settling, he refuses. Epictetus taught that circumstances don't make the man, they reveal him. Average men blame their circumstances. They say they would excel if only things were different. But circumstances are the same for everyone. What differs is how men respond to them. The man who refuses average doesn't wait for perfect conditions. He works with what he has. He doesn't make excuses. He makes progress. He takes responsibility and improves. This is the fork in the road every man faces daily. Do I do what's easy or what's necessary? Do I maintain my standards or compromise them? Do I challenge myself or coast? Most men choose easy, choose compromise, choose coasting, not once, but daily. And daily choices compound. They create patterns, they form character, they determine destiny. You become what you repeatedly do. If you repeatedly choose comfort, you become comfortable, which is another word for average. If you repeatedly choose easy, you become soft. If you repeatedly lower standards, you become mediocre. But if you repeatedly choose the hard thing, you become strong. If you repeatedly maintain standards, you become exceptional. This is not about perfection. You will compromise sometimes. But the question is that the exception or the rule? Is that a momentary lapse or your default setting? Average men make compromise the rule. Exceptional men make it the exception. The difference is not in ability, it's in daily choice, in what you do when no one's watching, in whether you hold yourself to the standard you set or the standard everyone else accepts. This is how men become average. Through daily choices that seem small but compound into mediocrity, through the slow erosion of standards, through the acceptance of less than they're capable of, through comfort chosen consistently over growth. But it's also how men become exceptional, through the opposite choices, through maintaining standards when it's difficult, through choosing discomfort when it leads to growth, through refusing to settle even when settling would be easier. Every day you're choosing, every moment you're deciding, am I becoming average or am I becoming more? This channel is for men who refuse to become average. If you're done settling, if you're done making excuses, if you're ready to hold yourself to a higher standard, then the work starts now. Stop compromising. Stop lowering standards. Stop choosing easy over excellent. Stop accepting average from yourself just because everyone around you accepts it. Start holding the line. Start doing the hard thing. Start